scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Hey!
Here we are, people.
Everybody?
Another Training C. This is Saturday Unboxing. Thank
Saturday.
you guys for joining us. We have kind of a cool one because this is a gift from Christine Lowe's. Yes, Lowe's.
In English, Christine Lowe's.
I wasn't sure if there was an S on the end there.
There is an
but
S on.
Christine, thank you so much for sending this to us. That is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
This is not, this is not a cheap bottle around
Not
here.
by
This
any
is-
means.
This is something we've had our eye on for a while,
Yeah.
actually. So,
This is about, here in BC, this is about $115.
and for those who don't know, this is the Glenfiddich XX
Project
XX.
XX or Project, I believe they explain it as Project 20 because they had 20
20 chosen casks represent some of the most astonishing whiskeys under our care, in Brian's words.
Yeah, they had like 20 whiskey people come and select a cask each, and then they blended them all together, and apparently there was like nothing was off limits. So there could be a mix of really experimental stuff in here with really old stuff, with just really good stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it presumably there's some really good stuff all mixed together in here.
I mean, Glenfiddich is one of those whiskeys that I think has garnered enough respect in the Scotch whiskey world that some people don't love it necessarily, like their regular offering, but it's still highly respected.
You've been to Glenfiddich?
I've been to this distillery, yes. Let me just look through the bottle. You can at least see the level. Actually, it's quite, you can see through it.
It's dark,
so-
but you can see through it,
Yeah, that's
which
great.
is nice. What do we have for percentage and stuff on here?
Yeah, you check it out.
47%.
Oh, that's nice.
It's experimental series number 2. I don't know what number 1 was. Somebody on here can leave a comment. What was experimental series number 1?
Maybe it's Project X.
Yeah. Or what's
Maybe it's
XV1111 Project 19.
Or maybe it was the IPA. That was another experiment, right?
Yeah. They had a few, and then there's like Winter Storm, and like, are those all experiments or projects or whatever?
Sure.
They've done a few of those.
Sure. Yeah. They seem pretty experimental to me.
Sure.
Okay, do you mind if I pop the cap
I wish
here?
you would.
Okay, we're gonna get up close, show the people the bottle. This is really cool. I like the bottle on this one actually quite a lot. Wonder whose thumbprint that is. I guess we could do some.
Maybe that's Brian's.
We could do some research, I suppose.
We will when we do the. We might when we do.
Here we go. Listen careful, guys.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna put that back in. Try it again. Oh, yeah,
That's not bad. It's okay.
That's okay.
Maybe that's Master Malt Master Brian Kinsman's thumbprint.
Yeah, maybe. Again, in the traditional triangular bottle.
But the modern triangle with a little bit of rounded
Yeah,
edges.
yeah, you gotta have the rounded edges.
The old triangular bottles were quite.
Yeah, which I kind of liked too. Actually.
Yeah, it was cool too.
Yeah.
But it's like cars. You know how like cars go from like the square version and then they just
Yeah,
round
yeah.
off the corners a little bit.
Yeah.
This is like a modern vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
More aerodynamic and smooth.
This
Polymer body panels.
This bottle drinks more quickly.
Yeah. This bottle has a much better transmission.
Okay, let's get our nose in there. First of all, the color,
Oh yeah.
quite nice and golden.
Mm-hmm. With a little bit of a copper hue to it, if you
Yeah,
will.
for sure. Almost like the color of the thumbprint.
This is like regular Glenfiddich on steroids.
Okay, I thought you were just gonna say this is
This
regular.
is regular Glenfiddich. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the extra percentage, because usually Glenfiddich's like 40%. So
Yeah.
this 7% extra is adding like a big boost.
but it does have the
Oh, yeah.
signature Glenfiddich smell to it in the sense of like the fruitiness and like that
Lots
apple.
of figs and apples and like a little bit of pear.
A nice tree fruit aroma with a little bit of a sweetness to it and a little bit of a maltiness. Like just
Definitely the maltiness. It almost has that kind of slight Belvani style to it
okay.
too.
Like scotchy.
It's quite scotchy.
It's quite
like
Scotch.
this is what a lot of people when they taste and smell Scotch, this is probably what they think of.
This is what, yeah. When you think of the word Scotch, you're thinking of this smell.
Yeah, really. Yeah. It also kind of has like a little bit of that old like musty carpet thing going on,
Yeah.
which I kind of like, you know.
Well, it's a boldness, a bold mustiness.
It has age to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice stuff, actually.
I
haven't
really
even
am liking
tasted
the
it,
nose.
but
I'm really liking the nose, and that's without giving it any time to, and that's the tough thing about something like this is there's no age statement because they blended all these different casks,
yeah.
and maybe there's something a little younger in there,
But
and they
presumably,
don't want to have to call it Glenfiddich, 7-year-old or something.
Yeah, right.
And then people are like, ew.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Glenfiddich 7, ew.
Yeah. Yeah, the nose is quite nice right away.
There's a little, deep in there's a little bit of an ozone mineral thing kind of going on.
Yeah, because, like a lot of people that are new to the Scotch world and they try something like this, they think of it as quite smoky. I remember
not peated, but
not peated, but
smoky.
just like something to it that's
there's
like,
an unfamiliarity, I think, for people.
Yeah, and I remember when I first started drinking Scotch thinking like, whoa, this is potent. Like, it's potent,
Whereas, and that's just it. Like, if I wave, I'm like, smell this, babe, to my wife, and she's like, oh! And I'm like, oh my god, it's
like
amazing.
The most mild,
it's
sweet
a
thing
40%, and it's so sweet and nice, and she's like, oh!
Yeah. Okay, let's get right to this. The flavor.
It's a really good nose.
And this one's just gonna grow, I think. We might drink this one tonight.
There's just so many thoughts about nose
Your
comments.
nose growing and yeah.
And I would know. I could basically say that every video. All right, here we go.
Okay. Damn, girl.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. That is good. It's got a nice soapy kind of aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that old Pulteney soapiness.
It does have a waxy
Mmm.
soapiness to it.
Way more bold than I was expecting.
It doesn't. It smells a lot more like regular Glenfiddich than it tastes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot more unique on the taste. Even though the nose is different, it has the underlying Glenfiddich.
Yeah, it's definitely
But
I think
on
you
the
can
taste-
tell it's a Glenfiddich on the nose.
On the taste, I don't know if you'd be able to tell.
No, this is a well-deserved damn girl, I think.
I prefer damn Gina.
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah.
Martin reference.
That ozone that you're talking about is way more on the flavor.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more of a slight kind of smoky nuttiness to it.
Yeah.
Almost like those
Kind of a bittersweet.
almost like those almonds that are dusted in like
Like tamarind almonds?
yeah.
Mm.
Like a little bit of a soy kind of
Yeah,
salt.
that's like the
kind of
tamarind. Yeah, which is kind of like that
This is
salty, like a little bit of a salty sweet kind of thing too.
Mm-hmm.
That's different though. I don't know what I was expecting, but maybe not this.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the thing with Glenfiddich. Again, it's very well respected, but people sometimes don't go out of their way to buy new offerings.
Yeah, it's a little bit underestimated, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's been there forever. It's a staple, and so it's kind of Glenfiddich's Glenfiddich, but it's not. There's more to be discovered.
And I know from in my years of drinking Scotch whiskey that it's kind of gone up and down in quality.
Mm.
There was a period there where it was a little flat.
Right. Okay.
And it seems like whatever casks they chose for this one.
Take note, Highland Park.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause Highland Park was and is one of my favorite whiskeys of all time. Because when it's done right, it's the best.
You're just waiting for it to come back.
I just need it to be done right again soon.
And you know what? I was reading a comment on the internet, and someone was talking about the whiskey boom and secondary sales and whatever, and one person they were bitching about the secondary market, and one person was like, well, that's just supply and demand kind of thing, and how can you have a problem with that? And the person was like, well, here's the thing, I want whiskey sales to go down
Yeah.
because that will force distilleries to improve the product.
Absolutely.
Right now,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
whiskey
yeah.
booming, they can put out any turd, and somebody's gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Whereas
Well,
they're like,
and like they
force them to only put out the best shit, and we the true whiskey lovers, if you know, like if you want to call yourself that, or anybody thinks that they're the true whiskey lover, they will be around long after the whiskey boom is over.
But the supply and demand thing it's a tough one too, because like we didn't have no age statement bottles before that. You know, it was like a pretty rare thing.
So you're getting to try more types of whiskey now. You're just paying more for it.
You're paying more for it, but like you said, like the quality's not necessarily there. If like distilleries are having to pump out way more because there's way more consumers out there.
Demand, yeah.
But they might have to pump out kind of like less quality things.
Right. So the debate rages on.
The debate rages on. This is only an unboxing, so we will get into more detail and debate a little further with this one. Mm-hmm. But good job, Glenfiddich.
And good job, Christine Lowe's.
Oh, yeah.
When we do the full review, we'll add in the song, because I think we didn't give a pause to do the song earlier.
We can do it right now.
Let's do the song right now.
Here it goes.
Christine Lowe's.
Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day!
Christine Lowe's.
Fuck yeah!
Wow!
I love that.
The song is
Great
always
song.
great. Okay,
so
we'll do the song again another time
Yeah,
for you.
sure, why not?
But thank you so much, Christine, and thank you to our loyal subscribers and viewers. You guys make these videos possible. We wouldn't be doing these videos if you weren't watching. We'd still be drinking, but we probably wouldn't have had a chance to try this bottle.
I want to say one last little plug, and I hope it's not too shameless.
Ugh.
But we do live streams every second Wednesday.
Yes.
One of them is for our subscribers.
Yep.
And the next second Wednesday is for our Patreons.
Yes.
And all you have to do to join Patreon is $1 per month. And we give some really, really good things away. Mm-hmm. This last month we gave a bottle of Buffalo Trace Single Barrel. Coming up, we're going to be giving a bottle of the Bareface Canadian whiskey.
Okay.
We give out samples all the time.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 5,000th subscriber, and we gave out 5 samples to different people. So
Who would have thought we'd be here today?
it's well worth the $1 a month, I would say.
Yeah.
So anyways, join us for some live streams. They're a lot of fun. If you have any questions, it makes it much more interactive.
Shameful plug.
Shameful.
Cheers.
All right.
Feel the shame.
Penny and C, drinking whiskey, describing all the flavors for you and me. Irish, Scotch, bourbon and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why. Subscribe on YouTube.